what's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how to use a BOL to your advantage. If you're a truck driver, dispatcher, anybody in the industry that has BOLs, this is how you use them at your advantage. And please understand that this is for people that that can use their BOLs. Like, there are people that have contracts with brokers that aren't able to work direct with those shippers. So please make sure that you check that so that you don't get blacklisted, or because the last thing you want to do is get caught backdoor soliciting. If you don't have that contract and you're getting out of the truck or getting out of dispatching and becoming a freight broker, this is when it's gold. I wouldn't suggest doing it during, if you're like a driver and then going straight to the shipper, because brokers aren't going to like that. So don't do that unless you don't have a contract and you're not worried about brokers not wanting to work with you. So please watch the video. Hope you like it. I wanted to jump on here and explain why having BOLs or rate cons are so important, and really good resources. They're really a hack in the industry as a freight broker for people that are prospecting. So if you're a truck driver, or you've been in the industry and you got a bunch of BOLs or rate cons and you're now becoming a freight broker with us, or becoming a freight broker at all in general, pull those BOLs and those rate cons out from wherever you have them. Save all of them, because prospecting with the most information possible can give you the opportunity to work with them a lot faster. It can quicken the process of, instead of it being a cold call, it's now a warm call, now that the exact freight that's being moved, right? So I'm going to show you exactly what I like to do before calling the customers, but I do want to mention that the pickup location, yes, that's where it's being shipped from, and that could be the shipper, but also the delivery location could be the shipper too, right? Because a lot of people you may call, you might hear, "Oh, we're customer routed." Well, if these people were customer routed, that means the person that's receiving the product could be the shipper, right? The shipper is a term they use as the person that handles the company that handles the shipping operations. So in this case, the shipper could be the delivery. So calling both locations, there's opportunity in both, because they could be shipping, they could be shipping. They're both people you should call. But when calling the pickup location, you have all this information, like the pro number. It could be a PO number or pro number or whatever. You can refer to that number as if you've already ran their freight physically. So when calling these people, you're just like, you give them all this information, and plus you have the numbers here. You can call the location that's listed here. I have all this blanked out because obviously it's someone else's customer, one of my students. But we ended up landing them, and they're good now. So you got the carrier's pay. You know how much the carrier was paid, so the broker's tossing a margin on top of that. So you have all this information to relate with them. Um, you know, so when calling these people, like, you can let them know, hey, are you still moving those pipe loads from this location, delivering over to this location? They're gonna go, oh wow, you know a lot about the load. You must have physically ran it or had a driver run this load before. So when calling them, you can relate to stuff like that. And is the load still going to be full pipe, and give them the measurements. Do you still have to have a hard hat and vest? Just like relating to all that. Is it still going to be 48,000 pounds? Is it going to be a flatbed? Is it still, about 463 miles? Those loads that you're running. So relating to all of that could really get you in the door, and then being like, okay, well, this guy knows my whole operation. Might as well just give him a shot, right? So instead of just calling as some Joe Schmo on the side of the road, you're now someone that knows their operations, and it's easy sign up. You send them over the shipper packet, and you start quoting on the freight that you already know they're running, and see if you can save them money. So making a small margin by, let's say you can profit $50 off this load just to get your foot in the door and start moving that freight. You can show them your value and then jack the prices up as you go on. But knowing you can get a carrier for $1,000 on this load, might as well try to make a small margin just to get your foot in the door and work with this customer. But yeah, so how I would call them is, hey, my name is Trent. Obviously get past the gatekeeper, and once you get a hold of the point of contact, which here I think is Pam, or you can call Pam and figure out who the point of contact is. Once you get a hold of them, hey, I physically ran your load. I have drivers that run your loads. And I know the operations. It can be an easy sign up process. I'm seeing some really good rates. Are you still running those pipe loads, about 48,000 pounds on a flatbed? It goes from this location to this location. I know that they have to wear a hard hat and vest. Are you still running those loads? And if he's like, yeah, yeah, we run those. Well, awesome, awesome. I'd love to help you guys out. As you know, I already know your operation, so it's easy. I already know how to quote you on this stuff. Do you guys have anything coming up, or do you have anything going out this week that I could know about? Maybe I could quote you on and see if we can get you a good rate. Um, and at that point, hopefully you get the customer. If not, try to get his email. Just be like, well, listen, I'd love to get your email. Like I said, I do a bunch of work in this area. I already know your freight. I've already ran those loads before physically, and I can send you over a shipper packet, get qualified with you guys. And if you do have anything in the future that you need help with, or if a broker doesn't do the job correctly, to contact us, and we'll make sure to handle those problems. But again, my name is Trent. I'd love to send over that information. Have a good day. Bye. So I would do that with every single rate comp, and you can do it with the delivery as well. Like reaching out to them, hey, I've shipped a lot of product to your guys' location. I'm actually working with, and you can just mention the pickup location. They don't know who they're booking as brokers or using brokers, whatever. So you could say, hey, I work with these people. I figured if I give you guys a call, do you guys do any shipping out of your location? Or does the customers handle it? Or, do you just receive or do you ship out? Because whatever you guys are handling, I can help you find trucks for your freight. And, since I already shipped to your guys' location, might as well just call you and see if I could help you at your location as well. So please, if I could send over my information, I'd love to see what we can do to work with you. So it's as simple as that. And sometimes they might ask for the PO number, which is the pro number, just to identify that certain load to make sure that you're not lying. So you could mention that number. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about this, it's fairly simple. You just got to get used to it. Make sure you do your due diligence, be perspicacious, make sure you're prepared for everything if the questions do come. And yeah, this is very, very helpful. I've landed so many customers doing this. It's really a hack in the industry. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out, and I'd love to help.